Love. Let's talk about love. What do you define as love to you? What is love to you? Thank you for joining me again. And guys, please don't turn off your phones. Please don't turn off that phone. I know we have different opinions about love. When we start talking about love, for some people they're like, that's a no-go area. And for some people they're like, yeah, let's hear more of it. Okay, so I know you have your own opinion of love, what love is, what you consider to be love, what it means to be loved, what it means to be in love, and so many things. I know you have opinions, and I know it's a love week, this particular week being February, and you know, every time it comes to this part of the year, this time of the month, this particular month, and this particular second week of the month, we consider this to be the love week. So we have a lot of love in the air. There's so much love going around. Yeah, but for some people, there's not much love to go around. Okay, like no love, man, no love to go around. Okay, so whatever your opinion is about love, well, you'd love to leave it on the comment below, and we'll take a look at that. And if it's a good opinion, well and good. But if your opinion about love is not that really good opinion, then you could do something about it. Okay, you can come to your level and try to understand. Really, maybe something went wrong and it just took you away, it just made you feel there's no more love available in the world. Okay, but please stand by. So what is love to you? What do you define as love? What do you consider love to be? Let me give you my opinion. I wrote down the word love one time, and indeed it's a 4-letter word, and I tried to define it in my own way. I took it to be an acronym, so I tried to define it in my own way. I said love is life of value expression. That if you love somebody, you express value towards them. Your friends, your family members, your employer, your boss, everybody around you, you express value to them. That is showing love. That is how you love on somebody. Okay? I want to tell you about a woman I met a couple of years ago, and she showed me really what love is, and she did this through her kindness. Can we talk about love without talking about a woman? Can a woman be missing in this equation? Anyhow, yeah, that's an opinion for another day. Okay, though I met this lady. At that time, I was only a driver. As a cab driver, I was a cab driver in the city. I was driving all the time. My hands were always on the wheel, driving from place to place, doing it as business. So one time, I get this client who is going to a neighboring country to the east, that is Kenya, and she needed me to take her over to Kenya. I said, yeah, I'll drive you there. And so I drove her to Kenya. Now, during the 3 days I was with her in Kenya, she made sure I slept well, and as a matter of fact, she was always concerned about how I slept. She always asked me if I was thirsty. She always asked me if I was hungry. I mean, hunger did not even have an opportunity to knock at the door or at the gates of my stomach. I mean, I was never faint, I was never hungry, because she took such good care of me. She wanted to know the detail of how I was doing. She extended that hand of kindness, and I said, oh my God, there is still somebody out there who really cares. At that kind of time, I didn't feel like, somebody would still be out there who was quite kind to care enough about another stranger, especially a cab driver. You know what happens in many places? Oh no, you are just a driver. You just take me to my office, you take me to my place. You drive me from school back home and you get me from home back to school tomorrow. You take me to work and you drive me back home. You drive me on Sundays to church and you drive me back. You're only my driver. You are only my driver. You do as I say. You don't have any other opinion here. Okay. What's with all that attitude? What's with all those restrictions? Can't you even have a conversation with your driver? I mean, some of you guys, you have big jobs, okay? You have really big jobs and you work these jobs. How about you have a little conversation with your chauffeur, your driver, and you're probably amazed at what they will tell you. You know, there are things which you don't just meet around items, there are issues, but these guys will inform you, okay? Don't at any one point think, you know, it all to be informed by just a driver. Back to Mariam, that's the lady I was talking about. During the 3 days in Kenya, she took good care of me. She made sure I slept when I needed to sleep. She made sure I was always comfortable. She wanted to ask me if I was comfortable. She wanted to know if I was thirsty, even if I were not thirsty. She wanted to know if I were hungry, even if I were not hungry. I mean, she just cared. And oh my God, it was so much love. And guess which month of the year it was? October. There was enough love to carry through from this February we consider to be that really month of love all the way to the other months of October. Therefore, love has got to be all way throughout the year. It does not have to have a limit. You don't have to say, I will only love you and I will lavish on you, I will love on you when it is fair. No. Love your friends, love your neighbors, even love your enemies all throughout the year. It's even interesting that your enemies even will get confused when you laugh at them. They'll wonder, what's with this dude, okay? It's quite a burden to carry hate around, you know. I know we are commanded to love our neighbors as much as we love ourselves, and we should also love our enemies more, you know. We should love our enemies more. You may say, how? But how? How about, think about this. How about you think of this? Your enemy is going to say, this guy that even knows clearly that I hate them, I don't like them, this is the same guy who is actually loving me. What is this guy really plotting? Like, what is this guy really up to? There might be something fishy, you know. This guy might be up to something. You will have just assigned them a task to try to find out if you are actually plotting something, which isn't the case, okay? So we need to love on people, okay? So during this time, she treated me like her very own. And on the day that we were leaving Kenya to return to Uganda, she said to me, James, you know what? I really don't have enough money on me right now. I'm quite low on cash. But when I return to the UK, I'm going to send you some financial support. Now, of course, normally when people make such promises and you've been in the kind of situation I was in, that most of the time I was driving for people, I didn't really want to count on that very much. I said, well, okay. But in my heart, I was like, well, if she ever forgets about me, no problem. I've had a good time here. She's taken good care of me. While she was responding to her other businesses, I was serving, driving her from place to place and doing all kinds of assignments that she wanted me to do. And in most cases, by the way, she was very polite to ask me whether I was willing to do what she was about to ask me to do. And in most cases, it was just very easy for me to do. So I actually told her, please, you're my boss here. You hired me out here and I'm supposed to serve you, okay? Yeah, but she was that really polite. She was so kind to me. So so we started out. We returned to Uganda, and the next day I escorted her to the airport. I drove her to the airport and she left the country back to her home in the UK. Now, about a month later, she sent me money and I was like, oh my God. It was unbelievable, okay? It was unbelievable. I didn't know, and I didn't even think that there would still be somebody out there who was kind enough to follow through on what they said. That was an act of kindness, an act of love, and today I can't stop extending that kind of love to other people, okay? If you were walking on the street one day and a stranger needed a little bit of your time, how would you respond to them? Maybe it's a beggar and you feel you're so important, you have, okay, fine, you're important. I'm sorry, bye-bye. You are important, okay? Now, you feel you have a lot of important errands to run, you're busy on the street, you're walking, you're trying to get to your place, of work, and then a stranger out of the blue tries to get your attention, tries to get you to stop and have a minute with them. What would be your reaction? Wouldn't it be okay for you to spare just that 1 minute? 1 minute of 24. 24 times 24 hours times 60 minutes. How many minutes are those? There you go. That's the answer. You have the answer. Now, just imagine you spending only 1 minute out of the total minutes you have. 1 minute to listen to a stranger. Probably they have something to tell you, okay? Before you dismiss them, please just give them a minute, okay? And probably they have something important to tell you. Now, what if it was one of the millionaires in your town, and they were walking down the street and you are also walking down the street very busy, you're up to something, you have a task at hand, you have to achieve something, you are running, you're trying to get to meet your errands, and then this millionaire that you very well know really stops you for a minute, asks for your time. How would you respond to that? How would you respond to that? I'm very sure you would stop, and you'd probably even forget whatever you are rushing for. I mean, maybe they have the connection that you've been trying to chase all through the year. It was your resolution previously and it never came to pass, and now you're meeting somebody who has a direct connection. You probably, time will fly. But that is just to show you that just about anybody is important, okay? Everybody is important. If someone, a stranger, requests for a minute of your time, please, it's okay, just a minute of your time. Ask them, probably just, okay, be kind enough, maybe be polite enough to tell them you are hurrying somewhere, you are late for an appointment, and if they could keep it brief, and if when they tell you what it is up to and what it is they want to tell you, and you feel it is something important you could work with, you would probably want to take their contact and then move your way. At least you've given them your attention. I'll tell you of quite a scenario I had. I was one time walking down the street. I had my backpack and my earphones on. I was listening to one of the motivational speakers, Leslie Brown particularly. He's my shadowment. I love that gentleman so much. He has spoken so much wisdom and encouragement into my own heart. So as hurrying down the street, I had my backpack on, and then while I was walking, I noticed somebody was walking quite at my pace, though this other human being was a little shorter, quite to the height of my elbow, and so I tried to keep up on my pace, and I noticed this little other human being is really keeping up with my pace. So for a moment I was concerned, but we're trying to be busy, so I tried to keep up with my pace. And then after I think a few times of her trying to beckon me to give her attention, I think I wasn't really giving her attention. So she reached out for my arm, she tried to pat me on the arm. That's when I took off the earphones. I was like, hey with that kind of look, like I hadn't noticed. But human beings, sometimes we can choose to be difficult. Okay, I give her the attention, and then she asks me, are you an actor? Ooh, I said, yeah. Well, that got my interest. And then she said, I've been watching you on TV. I watch you on TV with my whole family, mommy, daddy, everybody loves to watch you on TV. We love to watch you guys. You guys are great. You are amazing actors. We love your show. We love your TV show. And I was like, wow, she's a fan. She's a big fan. I mean, she could recognize me on the street. Well, I just went like, I didn't want to kill her excitement, so I went like, oh really? Wow. I'm super happy to finally meet somebody who has been watching this program. Thank you guys for really watching this program. When you go back home, please tell daddy, tell mommy, tell your other brothers and sisters that I send them so much love, okay? Thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you for watching our show. And guess what? My Facebook account right now, my personal account, is quite jammed up with a lot of friends, but some of them are requests that are from these guys who just create accounts for the sake of maybe disturbing somebody out there. They don't really have anything serious going with their account. So I say, you know what, you go send me a friend request by my name's Eyangu James. Send me a friend request, and I'm just going to delete one of those funny accounts, and I'm going to add you as my friend. You know what that did to her? It made her feel very wonderful. I don't know, but she was excited. Maybe in her own words she can describe how that action alone made her feel. But what I know and what I could tell, she was very happy. She was very, very happy. Okay, so what could you do? I mean, giving a minute to a stranger, you never know what it could do. It could just turn around somebody's life, just turn around their situation, whatever they were thinking or going through, it might do something to their esteem. I don't know what that meant to that girl, but yeah, she indeed sent me a friend request, and I accepted the friend request. Let me talk about family a little bit. We have all kinds of situations in families, and some families have grown with that strong cohesion, strong bonding for each other. Parents have played a very important role in bonding them together. But there are families which, right from time in the beginning, they just went like, everybody went their separate ways. They did not have the time to bond, and so you say hi, you have your other family member, the other side, you say hi. You guys don't share any secrets and stuff. You don't really talk that much. Well, those families out there, and it could be you could be in that kind of family, or you're from a better one where everybody's pamoja together. Okay, fine. Whereas you go through a situation and one of your family members could have been in position, or probably is in position to help you, you've probably gone through a situation where a family member could have been in position to help you, but they did not help you out. They watched you in the trenches. You are in the mud trying to make ends meet, and then you decide to hate on them because they're not extending that hand or that gesture of kindness, or they're not extending that help to you, and you feel for some reason you're obligated probably, or even mandated to hate them. But that's not supposed to be the case. We have to love on people no matter what. Life of value expression. You just continue expressing your value of love towards them, your value of meaning towards them, and you just let them be. You love on them anyway. We also have situations where family members who have watched you go through the miry clay, they've watched you go through the mud, they've watched you in the trenches, and they were not willing to help you out, or they did not even believe in you. And for some reason you feel, okay, these guys never believed in me when I was trying to make ends meet, when I was trying to rise into stardom. These guys did not believe in me. Okay, now that I have made it, here they are trying to seek my help. They're trying to use me as a connection to the connections that I have. You may be tempted to come to that kind of time, okay, where you feel, okay, you have really come up this far and you have made it by yourself. Well, first of all, yes, I'm happy you put in the effort, but with the help of God in one way or another, of course, you are able to stand make it through, that probably you should be a testimony. So you should love still on them when they come to you, when they did not believe in you previously. Well, cut them some slack, okay? Cut them some slack. Yeah. Look, for example, at Joseph, for example. He's the Bible character, you know. This guy was sold out by his friends, you know. They hid him in a pit for a while, and they sold him to the oil merchants, and they went back to their father and they said, "Oh, your little son, he's been torn by the lion, the bear, and things, he's no more." And their dad was devastated. Just imagine, this kind of news would have given a heart attack to their father, but they took that news anyway. And it was all a lie, fabricated lie, you know. But anyhow, Joseph made it through the prison, through some rich guy's house, where the wife tried to get to sleep with him, you know, that gentleman. Yeah, but he rose through all those challenges, he rose through all those ranks until he became a prime minister. Just imagine, if he had the heart to revenge, wouldn't he have gone back and said, "Now I know these brothers of mine, they're still alive, and these brothers of mine, they're the guys who sold me out, they sold me out. I'm now going to show them, because I have now the power, I have the power. I'm second biggest man in the land now. I can show them what it means when you sell off your brother." But nevertheless, he decided to love on them. He brought the whole family in, and he loved on them. He valued them no matter what they had done to him. What a lesson that we can carry forward. What a lesson that we can learn. This is something that, you know, it goes beyond self. You know, it goes beyond feeling, you know. Love is not supposed to be just a feeling, okay? Love is supposed to be a decision that you make. You decide to love on people. You decide to love on people no matter what, okay? You decide that you will serve your people with lots and lots and lots of love, no matter what, okay? It is a decision that we have to make. If you make it from here, you can bring it down here. If you make it here, you can bring it down here. And when it is down here, you can bring it up here as a decision that unconditionally, no matter what, you will love on people. This is Love Week. Extend your love throughout the year, okay? Throughout the year, country to country, nation to nation. Just love on people, okay? Love on them, love on them. Allow me to turn my attention a little bit to the gentlemen. The ladies, I'll come back for you. But gentlemen, let me turn this to you. Don't run away. At the time when you were trying to win her heart, at the time when you needed her attention, you were trying to get her to care about you, you were trying to find a way you were trying to find a way of how to stick on her mind all day, all night, and eventually you managed to get that way, and now you have her attention, you have her heart. What happens? What makes it happen that a few months down the road, something sort of goes mushy, not mushy anymore. Something goes astray. What happens really? You used to call her the queen of your heart. You had a throne for her to sit on right in your heart. She had a place where she could sit and feel graceful within you, right in your heart. Where have you taken the throne? Where did you throw it? Where did you throw that throne? Can't she feel the queen of your heart anymore? What happened? Guys, you know, when we're trying to win their hearts, we have all these interesting proclamations, okay? And they get really interesting. Okay, there was a time when you called her angel. You told her heaven must have been missing an angel, and probably the heavens were really busy trying to find out where the missing angel is, and here she was on earth, right before you, right with you, and all these things made her feel really nice. What has happened now? Where have you taken her wings? Why did you cut off her wings? I mean, what makes you cut off her wings. She used to fly every time you said nice things about her, when you spoke about her to your friends, when you talked about her to your parents, when you recommended her, when you held her in high esteem, when you spoke good about her. Well, what has happened to that love? She used to feel like flying without wings. She used to fly without wings because of the good things you used to say about her. And now, it's like you've taken off her wings. You no longer say humorous things about her. You no longer make her feel at home. You no longer make her feel she owns that special part of your heart. Why? Things go astray, okay? I know. There comes a time when things don't work out and you just feel like giving it a break. Perhaps you need to change the strategies, you need to change your modes of communication. Maybe you need to self-examine, see yourselves again, examine, see what has been going on and what you're doing differently now. Maybe your technologies have come in between you. You bought a new car and you love this car so much that you can't even let her drive it, and if she's to drive it, you give her a lot of instructions. Okay, I don't know really what happened between you guys, but we are supposed to love all throughout the year. Make her feel like flying, make her feel worthy, of your presence, of your love. Wherever she goes, she's confident, she's radiant with love. She talks to her friends with all this joy. She exhibits so much, I don't know whether the word is prowess. I will check it out in the dictionary. Okay. And then what about the statistics? You used to tell her she was 1 in a million. Ooh, 1 in a million. Very unique. One of a kind. And for some reason you are trying to realize that there's actually a billion out there. Meaning you had only sampled in a million. And if you were to sample this time in a billion, probably there would have been another one out there. Brother, drop the statistics. Drop those statistics. The moment you make her realize that there was actually another million that you'd have sampled another one out of that million from, that is the day you're going to begin to have problems. So leave statistics out of this picture. You said she was 1 in a million. Carry through with that. Let her continue feeling she's 1 in a million. But if you've already watched this video and you are not yet told her that, probably right now you might want to tell her she's 1 in a billion. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me on this video that I had to say a little bit about love. I know it's taken quite a few minutes, but I had to pour out what my heart was on love, what I needed to say about this thing called love that has to go around all year, all round, Let there be enough love to carry on through the years to come, okay? Let's love, just as the Father loved us, so shall we love the people. He loved us first, so we have to love people, okay? It's important that we love, okay? It doesn't matter what. Let's keep growing this audience. Thank you very much for joining me this time around, and let's keep growing this audience. Share this video with somebody. I know it might encourage somebody out there, and I don't know, I just have no idea who, and I don't know what this video has done to you, but if it has made you feel better, or if you feel you need to speak to me a little bit more about a situation that you think I'm not understanding, that gives you every right to be in the position you are in, not to love, I welcome you, I welcome your opinion, I welcome you to the table, and let's talk about it, okay? Feel free to share this video, okay? I will really appreciate, and I really do appreciate when I move and a few people meet me sometimes in the public transport sessions, public transport, and a stranger just tells me, hey, I love that video you did out there, back there on YouTube. I watched it and I'm like, wow, I'm glad this spoke to you. I'm glad this said something to you, okay? So even while you're there and there is particularly an issue you want me to address, please let me know. And I will be quick to dive into it, and I'll share with you a penny of my mind. I will give you my 2 cents on that situation. Otherwise, there is nothing that is impossible. Okay. From me to you, I love you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and let's keep growing the audience. Thank you very much. My name is Eyangu James, and thank you so much for joining me every time on this channel. Please share this channel, let a friend know about this channel. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already a subscriber. Let's grow the audience. Let's reach 1 million people with subscriptions as much as possible. And where I have not said right, please leave a message or send me your comments. Write your comments below this video, and I'll be glad to respond accordingly. Thank you very much. You can give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to this video if you've loved this video. If this video makes any sense in any way, please give me a thumbs up. And let's change this world one at a time. Let's smile. Let's laugh together. Let's create good memories with each other. And let's continue loving on people, okay? The world needs it, okay? And the sooner you realize that, the better for you and the better for me. Thank you so much for joining me again. God bless.